Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you another sketch with me kind of video, but today is very exciting for me because it is also a first impressions video on the new LEUCHTTURM sketchbook. I never used the LEUCHTTURM sketchbook, I only used their regular 1917, the dotted notebooks. I applied for the feedback group and they sent me a sketchbook for free. I wasn't paid to do this video, they didn't ask me to do this video, and they do not get to see this video before you do. I really wanted to show you how it was because it felt extremely nice and thoughtful to open the package and see a letter that had my name handwritten, and then it was signed by the team. For them to be writing all of these by hand, I think it is a really nice touch. And also they sent a pen loop, and I don't know what the original price is for the pen loops, but in Portugal those cost like €6 for a piece of elastic, so it was nice to have one free with the notebook. And also it came with an HB pencil, and it was a really nice smooth pencil, nothing super special about it, just a regular one. Last but not the least, it came embossed with my username. Those are just nice touches. I assume this is not the final version since they were asking for feedback from people. It has been a little bit hard to gather my thoughts about this because on one side the sketchbook is really nice and the paper is, thick enough. It says you can't use watercolor or gouache. I did try watercolor. The first thing I did was try at least some of the materials they said the sketchbook was made for. So I did use graphite, felt pen, or a brush pen with a felt tip like India ink, and I also used colored pencil. So this sketchbook was not made with wet media in mind, it was made with dry media and at most India ink in mind. But yeah, the paper is really nice. I would prefer for it to be a little bit more yellowish because it is very cool toned and very, white, and I usually prefer creamy paper. It feels great with graphite, but I don't think it handles ink that well. It's really hard to get a flat wash, even though with India ink it's hard to get a flat wash anywhere, but usually with the pen I was using it would be a little bit easier on a different paper. There's that. And also, even though it is, I think it's called perfect bound, but even though it is sewn and very well constructed, it does wobble a little bit, and it feels like the spine is not as secure as it could be or as it is in other LEUCHTTURM notebooks. So maybe it has to do with the format, because usually landscape sketchbooks have a harder time with wobbling. It's quite wobbly. And it may seem fine in the beginning, but this sketchbook has a lot of pages, and as you use it and carry it around, with wear and tear, it will damage the spine quite a bit, especially because it's not very secure in the first place because of that wobble. That I didn't like that very much. I don't really know what the solution could be to make it more stable, but overall I really enjoyed using graphite on it. I think I'm going to use it mostly for graphite and colored pencil sketches. I didn't love how it handles felt tip pens, but I don't use them very often in other sketchbooks anyway, so that's okay by me. And I found it extremely smooth for graphite. I did use their pencil, but I also used a different pencil that I don't remember which one it was. But I did use a different pencil just to see if the smoothness was from their pencil or from the paper itself. So I think I used a regular cheap HB pencil, and it was really smooth anyway, so that I really enjoyed. And I also really liked the texture it gave to the... I have been using that multicolored pencil on a rougher paper, so seeing it on such a smooth paper was really nice. Since it was so smooth, I also really enjoyed the way the technical pen worked on the paper. Technical pens, since they have a metal tip, sometimes they don't work very well on rough paper, and because this is a very smooth paper, it works pretty nicely. That's a plus. I really like the sketchbook. Like any sketchbook, it has ups and downs. What I really would love to see fixed is the spine, because it will wear down quicker, because it is a landscape sketchbook. I really wanted to address the drawing I made during this session, because it looks like a shrimp. But I have been quite anxious for the past few weeks. Have been working at the store and playing video games and stuff, and I was feeling really awkward at the store, because during my shift I would feel just not only very tired, but I wouldn't be able to really provide a good service while at the store, and I had to pretend that I was really happy to be there because the customers, and I really like working there, don't get me wrong, but with COVID and having clients that don't want to respect our health and safety measures, that brings us down really quickly. I actually did this drawing, while thinking about all of that, and I wasn't really thinking about the drawing. I did this drawing with the random lines and then finding something in the lines, and I ended up just, finding myself with a ridiculous shrimp hat and a mask. So, because that's kind of how I feel without really knowing what I was drawing. I was drawing how I felt. So, yeah, things. I feel a bit ridiculous when I am at the store and I have to smile at clients that don't want to come in the store with a mask and want to smell and touch everything. If we say you can't touch it or smell it, please don't. It's COVID thing. It's COVID time. You may be infected. We don't want to be infected. So, yeah. Sorry about the rant. I'm just really tired, and frankly, getting released from the lockdown feels worse than being locked down. I'm really sorry about the rant. I feel a bit... get it out of my system. I feel a bit better, and hopefully I can keep making videos for you. I know it has been like 3 weeks without videos, so let's see if I can keep up with the schedule again, because I really miss... whenever I spend a longer period of time without putting a video up, I really miss the editing and the uploading, not the uploading time, that takes like 8 hours, but the interaction in the comments and everything. And recently one of you asked me for a gouache palette, so expect a video about gouache soon-ish. I can't promise you when it will come out, but it will be one of the next few. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for putting up with my rants. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this sketchbook was interesting for you. I don't have any affiliate links or any discount codes or anything, because I am simply not affiliated with LEUCHTTURM. I was just very curious, so I asked for the free sketchbook they were offering. So yeah. See you next week, I hope. I will do my best to deliver a video next week. If it doesn't happen next week, it will be on the next one. So yeah, see ya.